there's that moment when winter kind of loosens its grip and suddenly it feels like spring is everywhere, overnight, literally. The air feels fresher, the days are a bit longer, and everything just seems lighter. And that is exactly how homemaking feels in this season of life, too. It's different, and it's simpler, and it just changes in some of the ways. So today, while I get a few things done, let's talk about springtime homemaking as a pre-empty nester. If we haven't met yet, I'm Anna Sue, and I'm in that stage of life where the kids are in and out, but the house is a little bit quieter at times. Let me repeat, at times. And homemaking just looks different now. So with my kids being at the age they are, I've been in this stage for about a year now, and they're working, they do all their own things, their laundry, their food, their jobs, all of that. And so it makes a lot of things so much easier, and I've learned to appreciate some of the smaller things so much more. And I'm learning to enjoy these changes instead of thinking, oh man, this is really tough, because there are those moments where it hits me and I think, what in the world is happening? Where are my kids, as I'm staring out the window, waiting for them to get back home? But we're figuring it out. So while I clean, cook, and refresh things for spring, let's talk about what homemaking looks like in this season. One of the biggest differences is that homemaking feels simpler. There aren't as many things constantly happening or out of place, and so the daily tasks, they just don't feel as overwhelming. The house is still very much full of life. It's just in a different way. The kids aren't here all the time, but they're still very much a part of everything, and they're coming and going and sharing about their day, grabbing a meal, and just hanging out in a different capacity. And figuring all this out, it is a good balance of, things staying tidier and just keeping the home still feeling like a home. I want it to be cozy and comfy and welcoming and just a place of rest for them and for us when we're here. Working as a team in this season is huge as well. Everyone helps each other. Yes, we're independent, but also we realize how much of a team effort things are and how helpful it is to one another. And so it's not saying this is what you do, this is what I do. It's trying to notice what we could do to help each other. And I absolutely love that. And I think that starts at a little age, just including them in what we were doing every single day. Homemaking in the spring just feels different because everything kind of changes overnight. Everything's still kind of gray outside. The trees aren't fully blooming, but like our willow trees budded, the lilies are up, and it's starting just to feel brighter outside. And I think that shift makes everybody want to refresh things, like cleaning off your back porch, swapping out some pillows, opening the windows, letting in the fresh air. And really, it's just the little things that make the space feel fresh again. And spring gives me that perfect time to do them. If you're in this stage like me, you know that you've just been go, 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 go. And that's not over, but you're learning how to enjoy the slow moments. It's not just about getting things done anymore. It's really about enjoying the process, like making a batch of sourdough cinnamon rolls, not because I have to, but because I want to. And by the way, if you want the recipe for these, head on over to the blog at keepitsimpleenasue.com. It's simple, easy, and you'll have them done in 30 minutes. But it's these little things like the fresh baked bread, a tidy space, a porch ready for eating dinner out on. It just reminds me of why I love this season of life. think sometimes when we think about the spring, we immediately think about spring cleaning, which I do like to think about spring cleaning as well, but sometimes I think we make it very overwhelming. It does not have to be an all-day event. If you can just make a few small changes, it will really help the space feel new again. Maybe just swap out some pillows, put cushions back on the front porch, open up the windows, and just those quick, easy things make such a difference. And it makes a cozy spot to sit outside and makes everything just feel a little bit more inviting. One of the things about homemaking in the spring and right now is just how much simpler meals can be. And fresh salads with some grilled chicken or some deer tenderloin sliced and cooked on top. I mean, really, really good, but so simple. And I'm okay with putting leftovers together, which is exactly what I'm doing today instead of making something completely new. It's really nice sometimes not to overthink meals. Just having a little bit of creativity, planning things out a bit, and using what you have in your pantry can make such a difference with your weekly meals. It really doesn't matter if you're a pre-empty nester or not. The main thing's the main thing, and you're wanting to have a welcoming home that's peaceful and warm and to be able to enjoy. And so I think, there's just seasons where we are checking things off the list, but during this pre-empty nester season, it's really about figuring out how to enjoy the very small things and the simplicity of it and slowing down, because the pace that we've been going has just been go, 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 go. So this is kind of figuring out our new normal. I think when it comes to decorating in the spring and figuring those things out, just some fresh flowers add so much to a room. You really don't need more than that. And I know we talk about getting this or getting that, but I have tried this, and I don't know if you have, but sometimes just actually taking something away and having nothing there sometimes feels clean and peaceful and just as beautiful, and it changes things up. Another thing that I do is I shop my house. So I look around in the cabinets and see what I've stored away or what I have in a different place and move it to a different location, or put one thing in a cabinet and take one thing out. That way you can save time and money, and it does change the space up a little bit for the season, but it's nothing that's too overwhelming. Okay, cooking things in the sous vide is another way to simplify everything. It is basically a water bath, and you put whatever meat you are cooking into a Ziploc bag, add some olive oil, add some seasoning, push all the air out of it, put it in that water bath. For this one, I am doing 3 different chicken breasts, and I am turning the temperature on 150 degrees and cooking it for 1 hour while we leave for church this afternoon, and when we come back it'll be ready. But I'm just gonna sear it when we get home, just real quick, 60 seconds on each side to get that brown nice sear, and then slice it up, and we'll have it with just a simple salad. I don't even know if we'll have it tonight because most likely we'll go out to eat after church, but we'll probably have it tomorrow. But sous vide is very simple, and it is a method that I like to use, and it makes cooking very simple. If you enjoy homemaking and embracing this season of life, make sure to check out my spring reset as a pre-empty nester video next, where I'll talk about just some simple things to reset this season. And remember, if you're looking for that cinnamon roll recipe, head on over to the blog at keepitsimple.com. It's definitely one that you'll want to try, and I'll see you next time.